What's up everyone, Adam from FWCI Collector's Edition here, and today I will be reviewing the Marvel Legends Gamerverse 2-pack, War Machine, and Omega Red. So this is my first Omega Red figure. I haven't been able to collect him before, and I do like to get all of the X-Men characters, even though I wouldn't say Omega Red's one of my favorites, but he's very toyetic. He looks really, really interesting, and especially with those tentacle things coming out of his wrists, I think he looks amazing on a shelf. So he's always kind of been on my one day if I get it, I'll get it list. And I recently bought the Deluxe War Machine, which is good, but mine came with really, really loose hips, and it's basically unposable. Quentin Tarantino says that War Machine's hips lie. And when I saw this one, I do like the different color palettes, so I thought, you know what? Let's do it. Let's get this 2-pack. And you know what? I'm kind of glad that I did, but there's a few things to talk about. First of all, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. If I'm not at 1,000 subscribers, make sure you do, because I'm giving away a Psylocke and Thanos 2-pack at 1,000 subscribers. Make sure you leave a comment and the hashtag #GiveMePsyLocke, but I will do that if you win once we hit 1K. So let's quickly talk about the accessories of this figure. By the way, I lost the effect piece. I don't know where it is. I've misplaced it somewhere. I cannot find the thing. So I've just stuffed Dalsim's Fire Breath from the Player 2 Dalsim figure into the front of the cannon that sits on his shoulder. But honestly, I didn't like that effect piece. It has like white at the front of it, but it doesn't have enough yellow. It just goes like white and then kind of red. And I didn't really think it looked that good, so I don't really miss it. In fact, I usually swap out that shoulder cannon completely, which I'll show you in a moment. So first impressions are that I kind of like it. I really like that shade on War Machine, and as I mentioned before, Omega Red is pretty incredible. So let's talk about the accessories. Omega Red comes with a set of these kind of hands here, and a set of fisted hands as well, with the Omega Red symbol on the hand. So that's a nice touch. And he's got his extended tentacles, and then he's got his not extended tentacles. You get two sets of those. War Machine comes with the shoulder cannon and the effect piece for that, and he also comes with this little missile. And I'm kind of annoyed because this has a little hole in it, and I think the effect piece also had a hole in it as well. So he's got the hole in it, and this goes on the stand that came with the Maximum Series Spider-Man. So I think this is what it's supposed to be like, sort of articulating, is like, you know, shooting the missile across the screen in the Marvel vs. Capcom game. But give us a stand. Why are you stinging out on the stands, Hasbro? So a little bit disappointed with the effect pieces, and War Machine doesn't have any kind of blast pieces for his blaster hands either, which, again, I don't know, that just feels a little bit cheap. But color-wise, I definitely dig this figure. And he doesn't have loose hips. Look, his hips are just fine. And while I think we should probably be pinless everything at this point, when it's a character like War Machine who is literally wearing like a piece of armor, I don't mind pinned arms or pinned legs. This one does have pinless arms, but pinned legs. Same with old mate, Omega Red. But fortunately, you can just swap out for this effect piece here and the side cannon for the Deluxe War Machine. This has always been my favorite piece of like effect for War Machine, so this is how I'll be posing him. Now looking at Omega Red, I mean, he's pretty friggin' nice. I mean, this one's got butterfly joints as well, so you can really get some wild poses going with the tentacles, whatever they're called. And he's got plenty of articulation. It's a little bit of affected by the shoulder straps and everything like that, but I'm really happy with, you know, how this figure turned out. The head scan on it is great. It does have an articulated ponytail as well, so if you want it to be flying in the wind, you can do that. The paint on both of these is incredibly clean. Marvel Legends have been doing great. I haven't had any paint issues in a long time, and it was a while before that as well. I know some people claim they get these paint issues all the time. I have not had any issues with paint. I think Lilith, her eyes were a little bit funky on my figure. That's the last time. So Omega Red looks great, War Machine looks great, but do they pass the Tarantino test?
Tarantino test.
This is the the part of the video where I talk about the feet of the action figure in particular, because I think that's the most important part of posing an action figure in terms of having a strong foundation and being able to get dynamic poses. So I always take a moment to talk about that and make sure that you guys know that everything is cool in the foot department, much like Quentin Tarantino would. And these are great. Both of these are a pass. War Machine is your typical War Machine, but Omega Red, he's quite a tall kind of figure. If you stand him up, he definitely towers over War Machine, so a lot of weight to distribute, and he's got some big old hoofers to bear that weight. Quentin Tarantino says, Omega Red, War Machine, you have passed the Tarantino test. So my final thoughts on these figures are that they're both really, really good. I'm sure most people have a War Machine, and I wouldn't say that you necessarily need to upgrade to this. But Omega Red, I know this is definitely better than the original figure, and if you've got an X-Men villains display like I do, then you need Omega Red on your shelf, and I don't blame you for it. Maybe wait for it to come down in price. Again, I can't sit here and say run out of your way to get this set. But it does pair well with all of the Marvel vs. Capcom and Gamerverse figures, as you can see here. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on these ones. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Remember, if I'm not at 1,000 subscribers, leave a comment, hashtag give me Psylocke. Make sure you're subscribed, and I will put you in the draw to win the Thanos and Psylocke 2-pack. And as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your figs, ta-ta, and farewell.